Hello everyone and welcome to Live from the Solly. After the Southampton game at home today at Anfield, we've got a gang of unhappy Reds.
Come on, carry on, Paul.
Well, get off me! We've got a gang of unhappy Reds ready to vent their spleen at what in the main was an inept performance, but we'll let the lads talk. So I'm going to start left to right. So first of all, we've got Chris Tully with us. Hello, Chris.
Hello, Paul.
Jockey.
Yep.
Roy
and Frank Bentley.
Okay, and we've got more lads coming up to join us as well. So, just going to start it off. Chris, were you in the ground today?
In the ground, yeah.
Explain what you saw today.
An absolutely abysmal performance, to be honest. But credit to Southampton. I thought they played very well, and their midfield was outclassed us by a mile. I thought, what's the fella's name in the middle, the black lad? Wanyama. That's what we need. Someone like him.
And we've been saying
I thought he controlled the midfield, and
for months.
yeah, I know, and someone like that. And I've been going on about it for a bit. That's who we need, someone like that. But I don't know, playing 4 centre halves in the game and conceding a goal from a set piece, and we've got 4 centre halves on the pitch. I don't know. It's very disconsolate today.
Jock?
Yeah, everyone's going on about the 4 centre halves, but today we got found out, didn't we? Today's game was just like every second half we played all season, you know what I mean? Sterile. Gerrard's was terrible. We're still top of the league, but you know you've got to crack on. But yeah, Louis back. I think Louis will walk into. I think he'll start next game against Sunderland. Is it? Sunderland's in the yeah. I know we got Man United, but in the Premier, I think there's people talking that Liverpool are still flying or doing well. You know, he should sit on the bench, and rightly so. But I think he's going to walk into the, walk straight into the team next week.
Right, Jockey had it there. Biggest cheer of the day when the table came up top of the league. I think everyone had forgotten we were that preoccupied by such a bad performance that we're still top of the league. But man of the match for me, Torre. The only one who on the pitch seemed arse, to be honest. He was the only one. Somebody gave him stick for shouting at Gerrard, which I thought was outrageous. He was.
That corner.
He did. Yeah, he was. Yeah. No, but the body language from the team was awful. I thought. Right from the when we conceded from the second half kick-off, I counted second half. It was 3.5 minutes before we got in Southampton's half. After the kick-off.
They just went on the front foot.
Yeah, we just, they closed us down brilliantly. They played well, but we played poorly. You know what? Let's write it off. Top of the league, Man United Tuesday, and take it from there.
Yeah, positive.
I actually think it's a bit deeper than that, to be fair, but go on, Frank.
Yeah, I agree with you, Paul, to be honest. I think it is a lot more deeper. To show today, they had Enrique on as a substitution, brought him on in the second half. I think he should have played. I didn't get what the 4 centre halves was all about, really. We're supposed. Yeah, maybe.
Every day, is it?
No, it's not. But maybe Enrique might have been terrible when he came on. But at the same time, if he'd started, maybe he'd started off with a better, bit more buzz about him. Let's talk about the centre halves. Really, I don't understand Brendan Rodgers playing 4 centre halves. He's played Sacco there at left back. When Enrique is not injured, proved he's not injured, came on in the second half. Torre, what Roy just said there, he's a good professional. He's not a right back, he's not a full back, and I think in the first half it showed that
he's a captain, though.
Yeah, he's a leader, of course, he's a leader. Yeah, but the way I looked at the game is, the 4 centre halves were coming in all the time, getting dragged into the centre, and especially in the first 5, 10, 15 minutes, the full-backs were getting caught out. Not so much Torre, but definitely Saka. Saka was up the top. Obviously, mistakes were getting made, and he never had the pace to come back. Go back into midfield, then I think Gerrard and Lucas, it's 2 of them are doing a one-man job for me. We're not getting the burst and energy of what Steven Gerrard used to provide for Liverpool Football Club. He's not pushing up deep, forward enough. He's sitting too deep. And I think that's because, I don't think he's got it in him anymore. I'm not writing Steven off. No one dare write him Steven off. But I think that the likes of Lucas and Steven, the 2 are the same. And we need a bit more skill about us. People are going on about Coutinho. one man doesn't make the difference for me. You know, I'm not letting that be an excuse. To be quite honest, you know, you got the Aspas up front. He's a no-go for me. You know, he's a non-entity as far as I'm concerned. And, you know, he's too lightweight. I don't think he's going to do the job. And as Jockey explained a couple of minutes ago, he had the likes of Luis Suarez. Before today's game, you know, people were saying, well, you know, Suarez should sit on the bench and he should earn his place. He's going to walk into that team, whether it be on Wednesday or whether it be on Saturday. And that's my opinion. I think Brendan Rodgers needs to have a good, long think about his team selection and make sure that he gets it right.
I think, interestingly, I mean, yeah, we missed Coutinho, there's no doubt about it. But what was really amazing, in the second half, he actually put Gerrard as the holding midfielder. Lucas was playing in advance. Lucas and Henderson were at the top of his triangle, and Gerrard was the holding midfielder.
Can I just point on, I mean, Henderson today, for me, you know, I've been one of Jordan Henderson's biggest critics over the last few weeks. Last week, for me, he had an excellent game. Today, he done nothing for us. You know, I don't know whether it was an unbalanced performance. He just never on the right, doesn't he? Yeah, he just never performed today. And you know, it shows when you try and switch players from different positions that it doesn't work right, because you know, we know the professional footballers and they should be able to play anywhere. But obviously, there's a system that Brendan Rodgers is adhering to, and today it never come off at all.
It was an abject performance.
There was no pattern of play to the team altogether. There was, you know, I don't think no one knew where they were playing in the system that he played today. I don't think no one really knew where to run. No one knew when to bomb on. No one knew when to come back. And I don't know. It's just playing the foot. I keep going back to the four centre half. So maybe that was the cause of it. But even Sterling coming on, and you know, it made no impact whatsoever. And that through ball to the end, and I just thought, oh well, that's it. You know.
Keith, your thoughts on today's game, mate?
I thought from the very beginning, you could tell after 5 or 10 minutes that to me, the players come out with the wrong attitude. Whether that comes from the management or themselves, I don't know. About basically Southampton, and you haven't got nothing to worry about. We're top of the league, and we just got to go through the motions to win a football match. And I think that's been very evident for Liverpool for a long, long time, and that's been our biggest problem. You'll probably see a different team against Man United on Wednesday, not in the personnel but in the attitude, and that's the biggest problem. You know, of course, but it also doesn't help, in my opinion, that when you throw four centre halves on and two holding midfield players against Southampton. No disrespect to Southampton, because they're a good side. Southampton, they're probably one of the better sides. Yeah, exactly. Who ordinarily will not roll over and die anyway. But when you get the initiative by just sitting back, I think they're just going to take that, and he did today. And Southampton deserved to win the game. There's no two ways about it. But I'll go back. You know, Frank was talking about Henderson. Henderson got moved around the pitch today a few times. He ended up playing right back in the end, didn't he? Because that's so disjointed how the team formation was by the manager. To start with four centre halves, I just don't know where he's coming from with that. And I think, you know, we had the conversation before. He's accommodating players who he's bought. You can't do that. You got to bring them in, bed them in, and then get them into the team at the right time. You can't just pick four centre halves at home to play. You know, Enrique was on the bench. I don't know why he was on the bench. Now, Enrique and Johnson have been our biggest outlets when we're playing at home. We make the pitch wide. Today we were so narrow, there was nothing around us, and then he was so lethargic in midfield. You know, and Frank was talking about Gerrard. To me, Gerrard, if you want to change the team today, Gerrard should have played behind Sturridge and took Coutinho's place, and then filled the midfield to suit that, because Gerrard can still pick a pass. Obviously, and Sturridge was making a lot of runs today, and he wasn't getting the ball, and he's getting frustrated, and he stopped making them in the end. And that's when our game becomes...
Enrique started shouting at him at one point, didn't he?
And our game becomes so static. Yeah, so static. And they made it easy for Southampton, and Southampton took full advantage, and fair play to them. Only for our keeper. They could have won 3 or 4-0 there today. I think the only two players come out of the game, in my opinion, but anything about them is the keeper and Sorry.
We've been through all this before. We're very pleased with the keeper, but still, he's not the finished article, though, is he?
No, he's not. But in the end, also he's getting criticised. The crowd are on his case about him playing out from the back. He's getting told to do that. But when you got four centre halves, it was just basically static. The ball's not going to get moved quick enough. And in the earlier games where we had two centre halves and two attacking fullbacks, we were getting the ball quicker up front. But today we were so lethargic at the back. and the keeper was looking for someone to pass the ball to, and had no one. And he's getting put under pressure, because their centre forwards are going, right, I'm going to have a go with this now, because he's becoming in the midfield, yeah.
They press brilliantly.
But we brought it upon ourselves by the way we played. And whether that come from the manager or the players' apathy and the way they just think that we're top of the league, hopefully that's not the case, but that's the way it comes across. And as I said here, I think you'll see a completely different performance on Wednesday, because we're playing Manchester United away in a big game, whether it be, Capital Cup games, doesn't make any difference against Man United. Away from home, we'll have 7,500 fans there. You'll see a completely different performance, and that's what annoys you. The fact is, we're playing Southampton at home, we're top of the league, and we're still top of the league by a quirk of face, obviously. But we should be beating Southampton, again, nothing against them, because they're a good footballing side, and they'll probably beat more teams than they'll probably get beat by this season. They'll stay up. But look, that wasn't good enough for Liverpool today, and it's like going back to the bad old days where we're too slow and too predictable, and it's very disappointing, because beforehand, prior to this game, we haven't been like that. But under the Rodgers, since the turn of the year in January, we fucking basically dominated teams, and we haven't looked like that. But today we went back. Yeah. But we just went back to our bad old ways, where we're passing the ball on the back four. It takes 3 or 4 passes to get along there. It takes us 25 passes to get over the halfway line today. Whereas prior to that, it took the one time we done it, right at the end, where Sterling should have scored, we went bang, bang, bang. Players run into space. The ball got played over the top, and Sturridge on the end. Sterling on the end of it. The only time we carved them open by a bit of movement and a bit of pace in the game, right at the end, and a bit obviously miscontrolled by Sterling, let him down, and that's what annoyed me.
Thanks for that, Keith. Don't go away. Our statistician Chris has just told us that Southampton last team to beat us in the league. Peter, today's results and the way we're playing, would you say it's all about tactics or it's about attitude?
I think it's a combination of both, really. I think also you've got to look at the fact that Johnson's out and Coutinho's out. Now, if you're going to get in the top 4, most teams who lose 2 players, who influential players, they'll be replaced. The problem is, with Liverpool, we haven't got that strength and depth, and that's what it's all down to. Now, I know it's about attitude and it's about coming up to the match, everyone's saying, well, it's an easy game, Southampton. So that's probably in the players' heads as well. That's probably in the players' heads. You lose Coutinho and Johnson. I know how Rodgers wants to play. He wants to play with the goalkeeper as the sweeper, and he wants Johnson and Enrique as his 2 wing-backs, and he wants 3 centre-halves, really. So the fact that he put 4 centre-halves on today meant there was no width. Coutinho's gone. I agree with Keith said before, it should be Gerrard behind Sturridge there, for me. But it's all, you can talk about tactics all day long, but at the end of the day, it exposes our strength and depth, and that's what it is. Now, it's been great. We've been top of the league, and everyone's been going, oh, we've got a chance here. We have got a chance of top 4, there's no doubt about that. But you lose 2 players through injury, and all of a sudden it's doom and gloom again. That emphasises our strength and depth. We haven't got that strength and depth. Luckily, I think the Premiership's wide open this season because of Chelsea's lack of form, because Moyes at Man United, because Pellegrini's got to settle in with Manchester City. So it is wide open. So it's how we basically go on from here. You've had 3 wins and a draw, right? And we've got a loss. You look on statistics over the years from Shankly's period, you're never going to get 4 wins on a row, really, and 4 wins and 2 draws. You're always bound to get a loss. It's how we bounce back from this and how we react to this. But to me, playing 4 centre-halves at home and 2 holding midfielders, you're not taking the initiative. You're not.
That's 10 games without Suarez, and I'd say that's the first game we've really missed him. At the end of the first half, as the end of the first half was closing, there was like the spark. We need a spark. Yeah. We need something that'll change it, something that will lift the crowd. There was nothing there to lift the crowd at all today. Coutinho's been doing it, but obviously without the 2 of them. Which team in the Premiership would lose the most creative players, the 2 of them, and not struggle? And
it's a good point. Sorry, Peter.
The crowd. I mean, we were saying there before. Keith was saying before. The crowd are coming there to be, entertain us. They're not coming to support. They come, and like we were saying, we were judging. We were sort of like debating, are they going to boo at the end? And there wasn't many boos. There was the odd one. There was the odd one, but the point is, we're still top of the league. But the crowd, I didn't think, came to support. They came to entertain us.
We were 1-0 down with the last 5 minutes when the boards went up. There wasn't a roar. Let's get them. There was almost a resigned groan, and people.